What is good, Raider Nation? Is your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's jump right into the topic of this video. The 2025 NFL Draft has come and gone, and the Las Vegas Raiders find themselves in a good position financially with approximately $42 million in salary cap space, according to Spytek, and they are trailing only the New England Patriots when it comes to this category. And despite having a productive draft and some strategic moves in free agency earlier in this offseason, the Raiders roster, in my opinion, still has two glaring needs, and that is the linebacker group and the slot cornerback position. The Raiders linebacker unit went through some serious turnover this offseason, losing a key starter like Robert Spillane, and the current linebacker room looks like this. We got Landon Roberts, who we signed from the Steelers. We got Devin White, Amari Burney, 6th round pick from 2 years ago, Amari Gaynor, a UDFA guy from last year, Tommy Eichenberg, I believe was a 5th round pick last year in the draft, and rookie linebacker Cody Lindenberg, who we drafted in the 7th round. So although this group offers some depth and potential, it definitely lacks proven high impact starters as it stands. Landon Roberts was signed to a 1-year, $3 million contract. He brings some veteran experience and a strong chance to be a starter for the Raiders this season. Throughout the past 2 seasons with the Steelers, he totaled over 147 tackles. Devin White is a former Pro Bowler, has familiarity with our general manager John Spytek from their time in Tampa Bay, but he isn't really a coverage linebacker. He's a really good athletic player though, can get after the quarterback, and he's coming off of an inconsistent stint with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. And at this point of his career, I'm not sure if he can be a 3-down linebacker. And of course, we got younger players like Amari Gaynor, Amari Burney, Tommy Eichenberg, and now Cody Lindenberg, who, I think they're all developmental prospects, and I'm not sure if they could be ready for significant roles next season. But I will say, watch out for a guy like Amari Gaynor. To me, he flashed on tape last season in the preseason, and I was disappointed to see him not get as many snaps as I was expecting to last season. But in my opinion, the Raiders have a need for a true coverage linebacker to improve sub-package performance against pass-heavy offensive sets. Now, one thing to note though is if the Raiders defensive line with Malcolm Koonce, with Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, Adam Butler, and we added some more depth pieces in the interior through the draft, if this unit can reach their potential and wreak havoc consistently on opposing NFL quarterbacks, then this will most definitely make the linebacker group look a lot better. And the lack of high-end talent at the linebacker position won't be such a huge deal. But even in that situation, I still think the Raiders, the linebacker group, the current situation is a little shaky. I think they should definitely address this, especially considering that somebody at some point will get injured throughout the season. So we definitely need a little bit more depth, and I wouldn't mind getting another veteran or two on this roster at the linebacker position. Now, jumping to the second true need I see for this roster, and that is the nickel cornerback position. The slot cornerback position is a big need for the Raiders following the departure of Nate Hobbs, who signed a 4-year deal with the Green Bay Packers. Now, Nate Hobbs was a 2021 draft pick. He eventually developed into one of the better nickel cornerbacks throughout the league. He did have an injury history that definitely played into why they didn't bring him back, but I still think him leaving this roster leaves a significant void in the cornerback room, and the Raiders, in my opinion, we lack a proven replacement when it comes to the nickel cornerback spot. Currently, our options are Darnay Holmes, who we just re-signed to. He is primarily a nickel cornerback, but honestly, if he has to be our starter, that makes me nervous. We signed cornerback Eric Stokes. He can play a little bit in the slot, but he has way more experience on the outside compared to the slot. And I think the Raiders at this point, we will definitely have to lean on free agency to address this need, as the current options on this roster don't really give me a whole lot of confidence. But with $42 million in cap space, the Raiders definitely have the financial flexibility to pursue some veteran free agents to plug up these holes. Now, at the linebacker position, some potential targets could be maybe Kaiser White, Duke Riley, who's a speedy linebacker, is pretty solid in pass coverage situations. Also, a guy like Shaq Thompson is still available. He provides you some versatility, can play outside linebacker, and can also be utilized in nickel and dime packages as a coverage linebacker. He has experience in multiple different defensive schemes. He's a former safety from Washington, so his background definitely gives us some above average play in man and zone coverage, especially against tight ends and running backs. He's a good athlete, was a team captain for the Carolina Panthers at one point too, but his biggest issue is the injury history, so that is something to take into consideration. For the slot cornerback targets, I mean, this one's a little bit more tricky, but one player that I think they could definitely consider is cornerback Mike Hilton, a veteran cornerback that has a lot of experience playing at the nickel cornerback position. He had over 500 snaps last season at the nickel for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Mike Hilton overall offers some sticky coverage, solid playmaker, but he would likely command a multi-year deal, maybe around the $8 million range. But at this point, I would like some proven talent at the nickel cornerback position, so I would not mind if he was an option for us. Now, the way the Raiders approach these positions, the way they approach free agency, now that we have officially concluded on the draft, will just depend on their current evaluation of the draft picks and the players we signed. If they're confident in Devin White rebounding to his 2020 Pro Bowl days, or if they really like what they have in Cody Lindenberg, if he emerges as a steal, or even for a young guy like Amari Gaynor, then the need for a high-priced linebacker diminishes. Like I said though, I still think they should bring in some depth at this position, but we will just have to see how they handle this cap salary situation. Quite a bit of money, $42 million after the draft, so we have some money to play with. We'll just have to see what they prioritize though. Do they go after some veteran players to fill some needs, or could he potentially be using that money for contract extensions? We got two players in Colton Miller, who doesn't have any more guaranteed money left on his contract, and we got a wide receiver in Jacoby Myers, who is on the last year of his contract. So we could be getting new deals here soon for those two players, and that will definitely eat into the cap salary. But I definitely think there's some money to go around to address some of these needs, and I hope they do that, especially at the nickel cornerback position. That's the one spot that kind of has me worried at the moment. But with $42 million in cap space, we'll just have to see how they utilize this. Still a lot of time left in the offseason before the regular season starts. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below of the current state of this roster. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think the linebacker position and the slot cornerback positions are big needs for this roster as it stands? Let me know in that comment section down below. But with that being said, Raider Nation, anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.